Wisdom and wellness. Welcome in, y'all. How you been, y'all? Hope you've been all right. I'm going to welcome in those beautiful beings of 100% light energy. Anything less than may not enter this space. This is a safe space. This is a sacred space. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'm gonna be real transparent. I'm about to be real transparent. Um, my son put me up to this. um, you know, he tends to remind me. Okay, he'll sometimes he'll be like, "Mom, you haven't done a reading in a while," and I'll be like, "You know what? You right." Um, and I've been feeling that I needed to do a reading for like maybe 3, 4 days now, and I didn't really. I felt the energy to do the reading, but I was like, okay, I'm gonna wait till the words come to me, right? I'm gonna wait till I get the title of the message and all that. I've been feeling a lot of energy lately regarding doing the reading. And so he encouraged me to be here right now. All right. So I'm here. Okay. Gotta love him. Right. Gotta love the kid. Um, but we here. I don't know if we late or we early. Is we late or is we early? I think we early. And I guess at first I thought I was late. I thought I was missing something. I was like, dang, I felt the energy to do the reading and I didn't do it. But we right on time from what I have just recently recognized. And I'm so proud of my son for encouraging me. He felt the energy and he nudged me uh and I was like, you know what? Okay. All right. So I just want you to know that either you are early, some of you are on time. Um, but you're not late. You might feel like you're late for something, but you're not. Um, and I guess it's better to think that you're late, right? It's better to think that you're late. But let me see something here. We're gonna get into it. This is gonna be now. Did we do the Lionsgate reading already? I think we did like a mini Lionsgate reading, kind of just like a prep. Okay. And I think some of y'all might not need, but you might benefit from going to watch. It's called The Eighth Day. I did a reading called The Eighth Day. And I feel like it may actually have a lot to do with Lionsgate Portal. Okay. Because it was very significant. I kept saying the eighth day, the eighth day. And we had all these different, you know, ideals about what it actually meant. Um, and it didn't click to me until maybe about a few days ago that the eighth day most likely meant the Lions Gate. I was like, oh shit, Lions Gate. Oh yeah, the eighth day. That makes sense. Oh, so all of that. Um, so yeah, some of y'all might benefit from checking out that reading. Uh-huh. We're gonna get into an oracle message. Now, I'll explain a little bit what Lionsgate actually is about. Okay. It's when I believe, what is it called? Orion's Belt, right? It's an astrological event that um, aligns the pyramids. Is it the pyramids of Giza? Okay, look, y'all look it up, okay? Because I'm this is total intuition right here, what I'm going off of. I do some research sometimes, but when I'm in these readings, it's kind of like, hey, y'all gotta work with me, okay? So, pyramids, and Orion's belt, they align. I believe like there's three main stars that align with the pyramids, and um, from research or researchers have described this event as like a gateway that opens up. Maybe it's a gateway of communication. Maybe it's a gateway of um, mystical, magical beings. It could be a gateway of unicorns. It could be a gateway of goddamn riches and glory and honor. It could be a gateway to war. I don't know. It's a gateway. Okay. Um, and a lot of people, even the government, right? They use these dates, okay, of Western terminology. It could, I mean, in another part of the world, it wouldn't be the 8th, it'd be the 9th, right? So let's just keep that in mind, right? The calendar is and it ain't, okay? So, but anyways, around that time is when the alignment happens and something special is supposed to happen. And if everybody else is using these dates as a special communication system or whatever, maybe it could benefit you. So that's why we're here talking about it. Like I say, do your own research. All right. But we're gonna get into this reading and see why we're here right now. Okay, what was the most potent information that we're supposed to learn and get and guidance and all of that. Okay. I didn't have a specific channel message, but maybe I did and I already gave it to you. So if you don't have time to listen to this, then you got what you needed. We tapped into the magician. Yeah, we tapped into the magician. I already have your clarification deck. There's a magician. Okay, we already have your clarification deck shuffled. So this is what we're looking at. The sun and the magician. So I feel like a miracle is gonna happen. Whatever you feel like a miracle is to you, that's what it's gonna be. Okay. Um, I feel like something very a something that you manifested is about to happen. It's something that's gonna make you very, very happy. Um, yeah, you have something really great to look forward to. Some of you may realize that a friend is planning something. Yeah, a friend is planning something. They could be planning to give you some type of money. Okay. For some of you, you may have been looking at things from a certain perspective, and you're going to realize that you need to look at it differently. And once you realize that you look at it differently, you receive something here. Um, the student of earth, there's some type of proposal, yeah, a gift or something like that, some type of proposal, something that you're going to learn from or earn from. Okay, something that's going to be beneficial. I feel like you might not need to make any judgments. Okay, like don't say nothing, don't jump in your mind or jump in your heart or jump physically. Like just keep things balanced before you jump to conclusions, because they're going to say something to you and you might want to pop off. Okay. But I think it's best that you let them say whatever they have to say. Okay. And to be honest, I think you might be the one that gets the last laugh. Okay. It's going to be vice versa. You know what side of the field you're on, because maybe you're smiling and it just makes them walk away. Like maybe someone's talking shit to you, or they could be kind of like, I don't know, but you still walk away with the goods here. I do feel like you confront something in a way that actually is good for you. It actually closes out a chapter, or so it clears some type of burden. You got the devil card in the tower here. It's telling me that you're confronting something, and the way you confronted it, how you're handling the situation is actually going to be beneficial to you business wise. I'm also thinking, getting that if there's some type of struggle business wise, that it's over. It's going to be over. Okay. If you were looking for direction, like which direction to go regarding business and things like that, there is a collaborative energy here. Um, this is either telling me that if you were looking for somebody to work with, your search is over. If you were looking for direction, you're going to get direction. The struggle is over, right? So then you go into the Six of Wands and the Three of Wands, which is telling me that something could be made public, and also that there's more where that came from. Okay. Um, Somebody could be sitting like on a high horse. Okay. I'm also getting maybe you have to watch something from far. Maybe that was the agreement. Maybe there's some type of agreement like, hey, look, you go ahead and do your thing. And I'm gonna just either be a silent partner or I'll just be back here. Like I'll meet you there type energy. Okay. But I do see something that's either made public or it is definitely successful. Okay. You have the Scout of Earth, which is telling me that if there was some type of corruption going on, right? If there was some type of corruption going on, that um it's done. It like it stops. It's been brought to a halt. Okay, there might have been a woman, doesn't have to be a woman, but there might be somebody who maybe they were um maybe they thought they had a hold on you in some shape or form, but I'm telling you, like that's over. If there was somebody who thought they had a hold on what you had going on, or they could, I don't know what they thought, maybe, but they're done for. They're out of the picture. Okay. I'm also getting that if somebody maybe, now I have to say this, I don't, it could be a homosexual situation, doesn't have to be. I'm also getting maybe something about kids. If somebody thought that they were going to use something against you, they cannot. They will not be able to. It would be to their detriment if they tried it. So they should probably not do that. Okay. Um, You're definitely going to have a decision to make. It might be a decision to move, or it might be a decision to move for work or school. Look, you want to know how crazy this is? There's two different decks, right? And it's crazy because I don't usually read like this. Like if y'all know me, my style of reading, it varies, okay? But I always do what my intuition tells me, and right now my intuition is guiding me like this. But here's the Empress right here, and here's the Empress here, okay? So you're seeing how the cards are, and then we just saw the Devil card in this deck, and now we're seeing it over here. So just to give you an idea of what's going on, right? Um, I'm also getting that there could be twins. Okay, it could be twin girls. It doesn't have to be, but that could be significant to someone. Again, someone has to make a decision here. I'm getting two people who could be in the same boat, or um, they had been in the same boat, but they're handling things possibly differently. Anyways, a decision will be made. I'm also getting that you're protected. I'm also getting that somebody could have been a little bit upset about maybe how things went with you at another time, and now you're maybe going through something and you're not doing it the way they did it. Does that make sense? Okay. Anyways, um, you're good. You're safe. The proposal or the project or the whatever you're learning is like I said, is beneficial. I'm also getting like you could be learning something overseas or just learning about a different country. You're learning about some international affairs, okay? Or maybe even dealing with somebody who does travel internationally. Okay. I'm also getting like a student visa or something like that. Um, yeah, okay. I'm also getting you could be getting communication from a mother figure about travel. Okay. Again, doesn't have to be a mother. It could just be someone who has an authoritative position in your life. I'm also getting somebody could be messaging you or sending you stuff online, like DMing you. emailing you and such like that. Okay. Okay. Maybe this is why I'm doing it like this because of the eclipse. See, there's two different decks, right? We got the sun and we got the moon. This deck is a lot lighter and brighter than this deck is. I feel like that's significant. Okay. But the eclipse doesn't happen until September, so you have like a whole month. But this is a timeless reading. Whenever you see this is when you're meant to see it. So it may not be the eclipse happening in a month, but it could be that the energy of the eclipse is in your reading or something eclipsing. And then as you can see, even here, right? But let's continue. So you could be traveling to study something, or you're traveling because somebody is making a proposal for you to do so. They're like, hey, you want to come over here. Maybe you're not interested, or maybe you weren't even thinking about it. You're like, that really didn't cross my mind. But something is telling you, like, hey, you should probably go. Um, Even though you're not really like your energy is not really in it, okay? Or maybe this is this person like, dang, I want to offer this person this, but what if they reject me? What if they look at me funny? What if they are, like I'm really not interested in being rejected right now. Like, but you do have the two of wands here that says like go ahead, have dominion over the situation, like go forth. That's what I'm seeing. Okay. You have the seven of pentacles and the six of pentacles. We saw this the six of pentacles a little bit earlier. There's some type of merchant, like if you buy or sell things. Okay, I feel like somebody has a surplus of material possibly, and they're trying to wonder like, dang, what should I do with this? How am I gonna get this product off or whatever? And maybe you or them, okay, you know which shoe you wear, right? um they're like, well, oh, I can get rid of it for you, or I can figure out what to do with this, or I can market this for you. I can make the sale, basically. I can make it sell. Okay. All right. Wow. You have the moon and the high priestess here, which makes so much sense. Okay. That's like peanut butter and jelly. Like it goes together. Okay. And again, it's still giving me eclipse energy. All right. Still. Um, it's still giving me eclipse energy, but that means you know something. I'm hearing I know something you don't know. Something like that. Somebody like I know something you don't know. What's up, Trini? Um, Interesting. So this person knows, somebody knows about the plan, or somebody knows, hmm, you know, you know that maybe somebody has a surplus. You know that you're the person to sell it or market it or however, like, you know, you know the unknown. You know that somebody's struggling or like they're having a internal battle with themselves. You can feel it very, 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 very um damn near severely. You can feel it. I'm also getting that like something is drawing you to either this person or this situation, or vice versa. Okay. Maybe this person is kind of like aggressive. Like they could be a person that like they fight themselves. Wow. They fight themselves, or they fight others, or they just kind of like struggle, maybe even spiritually. Okay. And there's something that is like something is drawing this. I'm also hearing drawing a bath. Okay. So I don't know if somebody is drawing a bath for you. Okay. Right. Okay. Somebody is wondering like, why do you fight them? I'm gonna tell you that right now. Somebody wants to know, why are you fighting them? Or why are you fighting something? They want to know this. Why we have the scout of air. It's giving like for your information. I'm also getting that somebody, like, when they, I guess, think about you, they think about blessing you, they think about you having everything that you want. I guess they understand that you're maybe in a learning phase or something like that. I'm also getting somebody has a lot to say here. Somebody kind of like is mouthy. They're like they they got a lot to say. Okay. Yeah, and they're kind of like maybe they're talking about like how something was so bad, it was so cruel, it was so and you're somebody over here is having to bite their tongue while this person is just getting their um I want to say getting their rocks off. Like they're just talking about how something was so bad. I don't know, you know what it was. Like something was just so bad. And this person over here is like, let me hold my tongue. Let me just let them talk. Let me just, I really have no dog in this fight. Like I could really bite their head off. I could go in aggressively, but I'm not. I am picking up that eighth energy right here with the Leo card. Okay. But yeah. All right. Yeah, somebody's like, let me just, I'm going to keep working on the project. I'm going to keep working on myself. I'm going to keep, you know what I mean? Like, this person's just going to keep talking and talking and talking and talking and not really doing anything. I'm just going to be over here working on what is divinely for me, what's in alignment. As you can see, there's an alignment here. Okay. Um, Now, this could be telling me that somebody's either spiraling down or they're spiraling up. And we're going to figure that out. And there's that two of wands. So at this point, maybe this person kind of like gives up. They're like, you know what? Forget about it. I'm over it. I'm done with it. And you know what? This actually helps. Once you get that fuck it in your system, it actually opens up doors and gateways and things like that. And that's interesting because it was like, is it spiraling up or down? But as you can see, if you look at these two cards, how it kind of looks like it's going down and this is going up. Yeah. Once you get that fuck it in your system, baby, you can go the distance because you have stopped limiting yourself. All that raw energy, it will limit you to just that. Once you get that fuck it in your system, you open up for opportunities. You start looking at the world in a different way, and you actually can then say, "Dang, let me make a decision that benefits me, that is elevated." As you can see, is elevated. This is a full card. This is a two of wands. So somebody's like, you know what? I'm about to take this leap of faith. Fuck it. I'm also getting that whatever work that somebody was doing, maybe they're looking at what to put it online or something like that. Um, and they feel good about moving forward. Yeah, like I said, here's the Eight of Cups. Somebody's finally stopping doing something. Like they're finally going into their ninth cup because you have Eight of Cups and you have Nine of Cups. And then somebody here is finally like, you know what? I feel good about what I've been doing and I'm just really happy about it. Somebody's finally, and there's another person here who's finally taking a leap of faith to actually pursue a greater perspective, shall I say. And there goes the magician. And that's crazy because I said perspective, and here is the hangman. We saw that a little bit in the beginning. And here's the magician. We saw the magician definitely in the beginning. We were talking about how a miracle is going to happen or something that you manifested is on its way. Okay. And look at that. The perspective opens up the gate for the Ace of Pentacles. So this is telling me that your physical existence is going to be transformed. Okay. So let us go ahead and get an oracle card. Let's get an oracle card. I know that was different, right? I don't know how y'all feel about that. How I read that, if you could see the screen or not, I'm not sure, but you can always let me know in the comments if you like that style of reading, how it felt to you, and whatever resonated from it. Okay, I do have the chat open, so if you want to send me a chat, if you want to send a donation, if you would like to get a reading, an eclipse reading, okay, or a Lionsgate portal reading, just let me know. Okay. All right. It's the source of air is here, and we have that Ace of Swords. Let's get the oracle message for that source of air. And I believe in our last message we did say something about a feather being in your path. Excuse me, a feather being in your path. Okay, so I feel like it was more telling you that there's information, okay, that needs to be looked looked into. Excuse me. Let's continue. Air, right? The source of air. It says authenticity. All right. The source of air holds the space for you to convey the secrets of your heart. They help you to balance the mental and emotional realms of your existence while encouraging you to trust in your own wisdom, in all that you cannot see but feel so deeply. The source of air calls upon you to be the caretaker of your own splendid truth. And that's crazy because here's the Ace of Swords, which means the truth. Okay. Mm-hmm. They invite you into the amazing spiral dance of life, the space of pure potential, the authentic expression of your soul. The source of air is here to fortify you, to show you how to create healing boundaries so that you can honestly express your thoughts and articulate your vision. I feel like don't be afraid to express yourself. I feel like right now is a time of like the throat chakra. Okay. You need to be direct. Just like I came on here, the first thing I said is like I'm about to be real transparent with y'all. Because I probably wouldn't did this reading. I really probably wouldn't have if my son wouldn't have told me, hey mom, I think you should go ahead and do this reading. And I was like, you know what? You sure right. I got you, baby. So he was able to express himself, right? Then I was able to express it to you guys, my authentic, what actually happened, right? And how we got to this spot. So let's continue. Right. Show you how to create healing boundaries so that you can honestly express your thoughts and articulate your vision. They want you to understand that healthy boundaries are one of the deepest forms of love. It's okay to let a motherfucker know that where they got you, where they not finna have you fucked up at. This is what I'm not finna do. Thank you. No, thank you. And amen. And a woman and Ashe. like, like it's okay. It really is okay to have those conversations. Um, and it also opens up opportunities for things to happen in a more divine way, in a way that is, I guess, more authentic to your desires. Even though we wanted something to happen this way, if somebody tells you no, what else can you do except to allow God to open up a space where you are supposed to be in or thrive in? Okay. Nobody want to hear that, do you? All right, it's okay. All right. Mm-hmm. Within the source of air, you conceive a deep capacity to love yourself and others unconditionally. So some of you are growing you're growing in love. And the love that you're growing in is not something that is being broadcasted. It's a different type of love. And it's something that we need more of. Okay. Um, and it's about to be birthed within you, from you, man or woman. Okay. It says here, thoughts and words can no longer harm you. Oh, I'm hearing sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. So, and remember we was talking about in the reading how somebody's talking a lot. They doing a lot of fucking and this, that, and the third, and you should do this and da da da. And that's all. Like anytime, I guess maybe when they think about you, they're thinking about all the things that they would say to you. I don't know. Maybe I'm not sure, but it's given. They got a lot of mouth. Okay, but it says here. Thoughts and words can no longer harm you. I'm also getting that somebody was trying to project on you at one time. Like, so imagine, okay, we've all done it, right? We've had conversations in our head with other people who aren't actually physically there. All right. And I know you probably like, no, I haven't, bitch. Oop, bitch, nigga. Yes, you have. Yes, you did. Okay. When that argument didn't go the way you planned out, you was still replaying the argument in your head about what you would have said and how you would have said it. You was talking to somebody that wasn't there. You was thinking about talking to somebody that wasn't motherfucking there. Okay. So let's not act. Okay. Um, but I'm telling you that somebody was thinking about you and they was thinking about what they was gonna say and they was projecting on you and you may have been feeling it. You know how you ever feel like somebody staring at you? You're like, damn, I could feel somebody's eyes on you. You turn around, somebody looking at you, or something like that. So that's what I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you that somebody has been project talking to you, project talking to you. And then that sounds crazy. I don't know if you're from the projects or if you know what a project is, but if you're from the projects and you know that people are real loud and obnoxious and really, you might get your ass beat, okay, talking out the side of your neck like that. So somebody been really possibly talking a lot of shit to you in their mind and in their heart, okay. But it says right here. Thoughts and words can no longer harm you, for you are fierce and flawless just as you are. So if somebody was talking about you, you know what I mean, talking about your looks, talking about the way you dress or how you live your life or whatever and this and then the third, baby, what? It's done. It's over. It's a done deal. All they doing is hurting them fucking selves. All they doing is hurting themselves, love. Okay? They just talking out the side of their fucking neck. Yeah. Yeah, they just don't know what to do with their lives, obviously. Yeah. Um, anyways, it says here, there's a mantra, you can repeat it after me. However, it says trusting in the authentic expression of my soul, I embrace my fierce and flawless self. You repeat it after me, you can write it down. It says, trusting in the authentic expression of my soul, I embrace my fierce and flawless self. Baby, can't touch this. That's what I'm hearing. Da-na-na-na, da-na, da-na. Can't touch this. Somebody tried it and they getting shot down. Somebody's getting a sword, baby. Oh, look at that. Now, it's not the one, order two. Yeah, somebody is you can't help this person. I think we discussed this before. Whoever this is, you can't help them because they're really far gone in their delusion about it, like trying to affect you and what you're doing, and they feel some type of way, maybe that you're not connected to them anymore, but you're a force, you're fortified. Why? Because you have a covenant with the Most High. Hello, church. You got a covenant with the Most High. The Ace of Cups. Yeah. Yeah, baby. Yeah. Somebody is corrupted. Then they so corrupted. And like I said, they trying to have this conversation with you. I feel like this is somebody, not the person that you're going to be collaborating, because I do feel like some of you are going to be collaborating with a business or entity. But this is somebody who does not want to see you make it, love. They don't want to see you make it. They want to see you constantly, what is it? They want to see you constantly grasping at straws. That's what they want to see. And it's just not happening like that. And it makes them mad. because maybe they feel like they're supposed to be the one doing it with you. They say, "Oh, it's supposed to be me and you," but since it's not you and them, they feel like, you know, and it's crazy because no matter how much shit this person talks, they still want another chance with you. Yeah, duh. I don't know. Maybe they're trying to use this retrograde to pop back up in your life. They will be. Their hand will be exposed, beloved. It will be their return or their. What's the word I'm trying to say? It's an attempt. It's an attempt. They're gonna attempt it. They're gonna try to spin the block and see. But you going all this stuff that's happening around you, you're just going upward and onward. That's what I'm hearing. Upward and onward. You let motherfuckers say what they gotta say because you know what? If that's their truth, that's their truth. If they want to live, continue living in that truth or whatever it is, let them live there. You know how what his name Bob Ross? He said, in this tree lives right here next to this tree. Hey, it is, and we're gonna put this bird right here. It lives right here. Okay, well that's where it lives. Okay, um, and maybe it has something to do with where you live. Okay, where you live, who you live with, what you doing, how you living. This and that and the third. Well, they need to get it together. Let's see. I'm also gonna do a traditional spread for those of you who are, a little bit more used to that. And we'll see how this situation plays itself on out. What does the collective need to be aware of regarding the eclipse um, in the Lionsgate? Oh, well, there's the Empress again. There's that Empress. I don't know if that's somebody's mama, somebody's baby mama, maybe you the mama, um, maybe it's an auntie or some type of authority figure. It doesn't have to be a woman. It could be a man that has, that caregiving spirit. Okay. I'm also getting the empresses, you everything turns to gold type shit. Okay. Um, yeah. But let's continue. I was picking up Gaia, the Eye of Gaia or something like that. Now this had more to do with the eclipse, um, the eye in the sky type energy. But I'm also getting that somebody could also be getting married here. If they're not getting married, this is just telling me that somebody is a part of possibly an occult energy, not a cult, meaning, like they're in a cult. Now, hey, I don't know, they could be, I don't know. Look, I'm gonna just give you everything that it could be, right? But it's telling me that somebody could be getting married, or divorced. We'll see what that is in a minute. Um, or this is somebody who is a boss type figure. They're in a upper echelon energy or some type of elite group, right? Or this is just somebody who is very dependent on the Most High. Okay, you speak to the angels, ancestors, and guides of, you know what I'm saying? Now, we're gonna see what's up. We gonna see what's going on. Now, it could be telling me that someone is a Taurus or a Libra. Doesn't have to be, but those are the signs that I'm seeing here. Oh shit! Now this is getting interesting. Whoa. Now, let me give you a few scenarios. First of all, this is major arcana. So this is telling me that God is stepping in when it comes to this situation. Okay, or God is heavily involved in this. Um, yeah, heavily involved, right? This could be telling me that a union is hit a pinnacle of some kind. All right. Now, for some of you, it could be divorce, but for some of you, this could mean that something is kind of like boiled over, like it's reached the top as far as it could go, and it's like a graduation period. Like there's something here that is, um, like I said, it's just reached as high as it could get. and I guess something is supposed to happen as a result. And whenever I think about a high place or like an upper room where you getting as high as you could get, I think about that story in the Bible about them speaking in tongues and things like that. That's high. I feel like that's as high as you can really get. Now these people out here, one of them done jumped out the building. One of them is, maybe been falling out. Okay. Um, we need more information. I ain't even gonna cap, but this is telling me that maybe somebody done prayed. Okay, maybe they prayed and prayed and prayed, and you about to get an answer. You talk to somebody in the higher up, and you receiving an answer. Okay. Now my chat was doing something. I don't know what it was doing. So I can't see my chat anymore. I don't know what happened. I saw it and then I guess somebody was talking reckless and then I can't see it no more. So look at that. Look at that. Okay. Well, let's get more about this. What is going on? Because God is saying something right here, baby. Major Arcana back to back to back. It's interesting. These cards is kind of. Let's see what's going on. The Queen of Swords. Now that makes a lot of sense. Remember I was saying somebody was talking and talking and talking? Look, when the Queen of Swords is here, I don't really see her saying anything. I see her listening is what I see. And she's observing. Why? Because that bird is right above her crown right there. She's in observation mode. And she could be observing what's happening as a result of prayer, as a result of war, as a result of, you know, it's like, okay, I'm listening. I'm receiving. You see, she got her hand out like I'm I'm listening. Okay, I'm listening. And that's crazy because here goes the star card. And the star card is also all about prayer and healing and things of that nature. Okay, let's continue. Now, the Queen of Swords, she could be giving an order, but I definitely feel like she's listening in this moment. Somebody getting a word, you hear me? So there could be something. Maybe your crown chakra is tingling, baby. There's a card that's flipped over in the deck. It is the Four of Pentacles. Now, I'm not going to put it out into our spread because it didn't just like fall out for real. I am going to talk about it a little bit. I always say this is when your head and your heart align, your feet are sure to follow. As it starts in your mind, it gets in your heart, and then before you know it, it's in your actions. Okay. Um, Now the Four of Pentacles has a lot to do with somebody kind of being stuck on whatever it is that they on. They could be stuck on being cheap, or they could be stuck on, you know, saying like, hey, no, I need to have things in order before I take the next step. This could be saying they stuck on like keeping some shit to themselves. This also could say that something was given to them and they not sharing. Okay, maybe this is someone saying like, no, I'm not sharing. I'm just not. Now, and it could also be, it's crazy because I never get this feeling from this card, but I'm picking it up now. I'm also getting somebody saying like, I'm all I got. I'm picking up that very, 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 very strongly. Someone is saying, I'm all I got. Yeah, the energy is very strong with that. So let's continue. If you resonate with this, make sure you like, share, follow, comment. Okay, send a comments for you, girl. Let me know that you here, that you present. Okay. Let me see if I can get my comments back up on here. Mm, I kind of don't want to do anything to mess it up. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna do it because I don't want it to mess up the whole stream. It might mess up the whole stream. So email me, you guys. Email me real quick. DM me, email me. All right. You can also send a donation. The email is 88 AI 88.more@gmail.com. It's the number 88, the letters AI, the number 88 again, .more@gmail.com. And if you want to send a donation, you can send it to AI 88 AI. That's the cash app. Okay. And it should say abracadabra on there. Right. Let's continue. Another card flipped over. Somebody say they on the way. Somebody's in a hurry. Somebody's on the way. And there goes those pyramids of Giza I was talking about. So something is about to happen quite, fast. Something could happen quite fast. Uh, but something is on the way. It could actually be in alignment with the eighth day, the 8th of August. Okay. Or you could be on your way somewhere around that time. But let's continue. Like I said, the card didn't come out. Hey, Dondi. The card didn't come out, but here we are. Now we got some cards to come. Now we got the 8 of Swords and the King of Pentacles. Okay, so somebody is feeling what they feeling like. Somebody can't stop thinking about another person. Somebody actually would like to be more to someone, is what I'm picking up. But they don't want to get rejected. Somebody wants to have a conversation with this person, but they have a passive aggressive attitude, is what I'm picking up. I'm also getting at this person, this King of Pentacles, they have the means. I'm also getting somebody has this energy, like they're thinking like, damn, what can I offer somebody who doesn't care about nothing else? Like maybe you're not a materialistic type of person, right? And they're like, damn, like I'm trying to get through to this person, but they don't want my money. They don't want my sex. They don't want um they don't want my resources or whatever. And I don't even know what I could offer them. This person is, I feel like this person, whoever they're talking about, is very like independent. They make moves by themselves. They're very beautiful. They can attract any person. Somebody's like, well, why would they even want to be interested in me? So somebody's kind of down on themselves. Okay. I'm also getting that somebody's faith is not like their faith is not as faithful as you are. You know what I mean? Hey, Pyrock. Hey, Big Country. Somebody's faith is not as faithful as the other person. So somebody could be all into, like, you could be more into astrology or more into Jesus or more whatever it is that you're into, right? But there's another person who's like, damn, I'm not on that level. And they keep thinking about that a lot. Like, how could I even approach this situation? Maybe they are praying and saying, dang, I want to at least have a conversation with this person. I really don't know how to connect. So there's some type of disconnect here. Okay. And they don't want the rejection. Maybe they feel like, well, maybe in time, if I keep acting like I don't need this person, or I keep acting like I don't want this person, well, maybe in time we'll come around. Maybe in time we'll come around and be friends. Well, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. Okay. Maybe, when I'm mature, it'll be something. And then it's like they backtrack on their thoughts. They're like, damn, by the time I'm mature, she probably gonna be gone and married, or he probably gonna be gone and married by then. Then what am I gonna do? Then what am I gonna? I ain't gonna have shit to say then. How I'm gonna feel when I see that? So somebody's having a spiritual warfare. I guess whether they should approach you or not, or whether they should even think that there could be something else. Ooh, baby. Well, let's see. Okay, the Ten of Swords flipped over. It didn't come out, but it did flip over. I'm also getting somebody is trying to have telepathic communication with you. I'm also getting that the worst of the worst is over. I mean, any damage that could have been done has been done. Okay, and I also feel like that's another reason why somebody cannot connect is because some people, look, I'm gonna tell you something real. Okay, some people feel like they can't connect with other people for the simple fact is they feel like they can't hurt you. Some people feel like only if me not fucking with this person is gonna hurt them. That's the only way that I'm valuable to them. Did I say that right? I hope I let me break it down. Man likes woman, right? Woman is not that interested in the man. The man tries to figure out what the woman lacks. The woman, takes the bait, right? Because the man is giving her what she lacks. Um, the man feels now that he's valuable to the equation and knows that if he takes away what he gave, which is what she lacked in the beginning, that that would hurt the woman. And so if he gets hurt, he has an ace in his pocket to pull. Now this could happen vice versa, right? But when you let me break something even further down to you because this is when it gets when you really need to listen. If a woman or a man didn't have something before that you gave to them now, a real woman, a real man, they not gonna be hurt if they don't have it again. Cause that means that you one of a million motherfuckers that's willing to give it to them. Okay. All right. Y'all ready for that or not? And not only that, is that they will always be able to give and receive, get it again, lose it again, get it again, and so when you're dealing with a person like that, you have no ace in your pocket. And so there's people who fear not having an ace in their pocket. So that would prevent them from pursuing a person because they have insecurities within themselves that need to be esteemed. And if they can't be esteemed, they just feel invaluable. And so they will always try to find people that they can have in their pocket or they can have an ace in a pocket with them. So be careful when you're dealing with people like that because they're basically looking at ways to hurt you. All right. We good? Y'all all right out there? We moving on. You got this. We moving on. That's why you have to become a person where it doesn't matter what a person gives you or what they don't give you. Because if you're measuring life by that, they gonna always have a way to hurt you. And there's a lot of people, if you feel like, damn, how are all these people getting married? How are all these people in the midst of pandemics, in the midst of of regressions. What is it called? What are these things called? In the midst of recessions or in the midst of having certain people in power, how are these people falling in love and having babies and getting married? Like, how is that happening for them and not you? Well, and I'm not saying that there's nothing wrong with getting married and having babies and living that life and just, all that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? But maybe you are just not easy to fool, beloved. You're not as easy. And I know ignorance is bliss. Some of y'all is too wise for for what's going on out here. And you actually look beyond that stuff. And there's not a lot of people that are like you that look beyond marriage, that look beyond getting pregnant and having kids, that look beyond, the picket fence and stuff like that. You're and you'd be like, but I do want those things. Yeah, but you're I'm telling you, you're wiser than this 3D. I'm not saying that it's not for you, but somebody will have to really get on your level for that to come to pass. They would have to be really like-minded with you. So that means that if any of that was taken from them, they would still be who they showed you if it was still there or if it was taken away. That's what you need. And there's a lot of people that is not like that. So don't envy a person that's married, pregnant, this and that. His things are not there's something going on. And a lot of people showing their true colors when all that shit gets taken away from them, when it all comes crumbling down. So don't feel like you're being what is it? You're being punished for something. You're not being punished for anything. Okay. If anything, you're being protected. You're being savored. Okay. You're being preserved. All right. I don't know. That was for somebody. All right. Okay. So moving on. There is a decision, all right, that is going to be made here regarding your individuality. Okay. You already have the answer and you can feel the changes and also the people around you. Um, I think we spoke about this in the last reading. The people around you are changing. Something is transforming, and you feel freer. You feel like you're ready to take a big leap of faith. Okay, on the basis of your own boundaries. This leap of faith has to do with your boundaries, and that you can now walk in a place that is safe and secure because you created it that way, even though you may not know what happens next. Your boundaries will help you keep things in alignment. Okay. And when I talk about getting that fuck it in your system, that fuck it in your system, that fuck it in your system goes in alignment with boundaries. And when I say that, it's like saying, I said what I said, and that's it. Fuck it. We gonna see what happens next. That type of fuck it, not fuck it. I'm about to go willy nilly out here. Okay. Just for clarification, because some of y'all gonna be all right. Okay. Let's see what else comes out in this reading. Oh, okay. So this came out. It's the Six of Swords. All right. Um, there is a group of people that are getting out the way, are being moved out the way, or being guided to a safer place or a just a better place in general. So congratulations. Like remember I said, like if somebody going to the highest of the highest of the heights, okay. Uh, I feel like something has reached as far as it could go and it can't get any further than that. And God is doing something as a result of that. It's like you're like maybe you're telling God, "Hey, look, I've gone as far as I could go, God. I've done as much as I can. I don't really know what it is that you want from me. I'm here to listen to you and your guidance and things like that." Um, And here it is. The Six of Swords is your guidance. And look, there goes the full card. Some of you are about to start a whole new journey. Maybe you're starting a journey where you are married and pregnant and a house and things like that. Maybe you're looking around you and you're like, well, damn, I have everything that I wanted. Well, now you ready for God's plan? Was just a question. Because you about to get taken somewhere. You about to get, and it's not a, I don't, it's not giving roller coaster. Look at this. Ten of Pentacles, Two of Cups, the Sun card, and the King of Cups. Somebody's being taken to a more emotionally secure place. Okay, I'm also getting an abundant place, a place where things are plentiful. Okay, and you're about to have a conversation that opens up a certain scenario where I guess you're taken care of. I feel like this could be happening in August. Okay, I'm also getting August 1st with the Ace of Swords, excuse me, the Ace of Wands and the Strength card here. I'm getting, you don't have room to really look back. Whatever's back there, it can't help you now. And you can't help it. Let's get one more card from this deck here. Well, we'll get two more. Somebody wants you to build a bridge to the past, but that ain't happening. So yeah, you're going to a place. There you go. You, like I said, somebody has finally. I don't want to say they gave up, but they finally realized that they were either indulging in something that wasn't for their highest good, or they were being lazy in something that they should have been stepping on the gas about, and things like that. And now that you're doing that, um, you're able to go into your ninth cup. This is what makes you happy. This is what brings joy to your heart. This is what allows you to be a listener and allows you to not react to things prematurely as well. And I feel like you're in a better place when you listen, when you should shut the fuck up and listen. Maybe you found actual, like, dang, man, I wish I would have shut the fuck up before. Like, it's okay to say that for yourself. Like, dang, I used to talk a lot of shit. I used to, every time somebody said something, I had an answer for it. And I finally learned how to shut the fuck up. And life has been so much sweeter for it. It's been so much better for it. When I just don't even respond to things, or I just let people, say what they gotta say. So maybe life is a lot sweeter for that. I feel like you're about to have a change in like your physical energy. You're about to get something that you want. Also find that somebody's going to be listening to you as well when you do decide to speak up. I hear the answer is yes. You feel called to a certain thing. It's going to change your the way you exist as far as your possibly your appearance. Maybe you're doing something with your hair, something with your clothes, something with your house, okay, something like that, something with your car. Um, yeah, I feel like you're, what is it called? The victory road? Is there such thing? Oh, victory lap. Oh shit. So this may have something to do with victory lap. I don't know if it got something to do with Nipsey Hussle, but I do feel like it's a victory lap. I'm also getting that whatever was corrupted or around you, I'm hearing I'm hearing in Mufasa, that movie, when he said, I laugh in the face of danger. So I feel like you're not being obnoxious, but you do have a smile or a smirk on your face that says, I'm not afraid to confront what needs to be confronted. I'm not about to be made an ass out of when it comes to this, because you think that I'm not ready to face whatever I gotta face. Like, here I am. Here I am facing it. And because of that, that is actually giving you a spirit of healing, a spirit of wish fulfillment, and it's your time. Again, somebody wants you to reach your hand back. Um, and yourself said to yourself that that's whatever time that it was that you look back was the last time. And there is a sense of something, like there's something on the back of your mind, but everything is still telling you to move forward. You could feel it, you could hear it calling you, but something's telling you just to keep moving forward. They're gonna keep talking shit. They're gonna keep trying to pile up stuff against you. It's just what they do, love. Okay. All right. And and oh, look at that. It's the Ten of Pentacles. There you go. There you have it. I mean, a more abundant. Didn't I say something about Libra? Somebody's gonna be like, "Oh, it's not fair." Maybe you didn't have a fair life before, but somebody is like looking like, "Oh, it's not fair, this and that." Like, how does this person get peace and stuff like that? But baby, don't worry about how I'm getting my peace. This piece had my name on it. My germs. I don't know. Somebody is, I mean, I feel like a judgment was called, and somebody's going to have to be sad when they see that you have made peace, that you didn't need to talk to them for closure. Sometimes you don't need to have a face-to-face conversation to have closure with a person. Some people be forcing that shit so they can they can force further discomfort into your life. Like, I'm good on all that, bro. Sis. I don't, what? I heard something about seeing them on the TV. It's a song. Something about seeing them on the TV. I know you hear me on the radio. True. I know you. True. You know that song? You know that song. Um. Yeah, baby. Somebody feel like it ain't fair. Uh. I don't know. I feel like they kind of stalking or they watching, but they gonna have to watch. They're literally watching. They could be trying to watch you sleep, or they're trying to get into your dreams. I feel like they really just. I don't know. They seem kind of just like sad, to be honest. Like they're literally talking to themselves about you. Somebody wants to know if you are sleeping with somebody else, or if you're pregnant, or if you started another family, or all that. You could feel somebody's thoughts thinking, like you could feel somebody thinking about you. But baby, you're not really thinking. You're like embracing your new life, things like that. But they are really, really trying to pile it on. Okay. But you protected. You got better things to do. They are fighting within themselves. They feel possibly like they might have got the short end of the stick while you over here working on new projects and things like that. Like, eh, God is raining down on you beautiful, beautiful things. Do we need to clarify this? I think we got it. I think we get the point. What y'all think? And do y'all need further clarification? We can see who these people are. It does look like somebody who has moved on, somebody who is stuck on stupid. I don't know. But here you are, you're moving into a very abundant lifestyle. And I'm feeling like, again, I think once you get to that point where you don't care if you have a little bit or if you have a lot, that's when God gives you the most. Because it doesn't, when it stops defining you, that's what I'm trying to tell you. When that money stops defining you, them clothes stop defining you, that car stops defining you, or the lack thereof stops defining you, that's when you get the most. And that's the truth. And I'm also seeing like someone say, see, this is why. You know how people say, like, oh, why don't you fuck with me? Why don't you do this? Why don't you call me? Why don't we hang out anymore? Why don't you trust me? And then God shows you, God end up showing you why you shouldn't have trusted them. God ends up showing you because this person was making alliances with, maybe some things that didn't align with you. Why don't you want to be my friend? Why don't I'll never ask a motherfucker why we don't hang out. Only person I'm gonna ask why I'm not over here doing this with whoever is God. God is gonna show me exactly why I didn't click with a person or why a person didn't click with me. I don't need to ask you a motherfucking thing. I'm not concerned. That is not my concern. I'm not losing no sleep over it. Why we don't hang out, why we don't talk, why we don't. I'm not baby. Psh, what? Not batting a motherfucking eye. So, I got a few of these cards, like these oracle cards that I made. I guess, I guess we could parlay with them for a second. Um, let's see what comes out. What God wants to show us regarding timing, dates, times, however, love, finances, for the present and the near future. Thank you. What does the collective need to see? What do they need to be aware of? I'm laughing because some people just don't really know who you are. And people be thinking they know who you are and they have no idea. Your mama thinks she know who you are. She has no idea. Your daddy, your sister, your brother, your lover. Baby, you barely know. You still figuring it out who you are and what your gifts are. And motherfuckers have, I'm hearing you have no idea what I'm trained to do. I'm also hearing bring the house down. Was that a show or a movie? I mean, I heard of it, but I don't think I've ever seen it myself. So if it is, there might be something specific there. Okay. All right. It's the last show. Okay. So something could be happening in 1 hour. I'm also hearing the eighth hour. Okay. Um, there it is. 1 hour. So let's see. That's what we tapped into. So let's see what comes out. Okay, a few cards came out. Look, the first, the 8th, and the 16th. Well, look at that. Whoa. The first, the 8th, and the 16th. That is significant. Oh, look. I can't make this up. It says August right there. You guys. You guys. Whoa. Whoa. I feel like that's what we need to leave that there. Like we need to just let that be what that is right there and move on to the next deck of cards. What? What? Hold on. Wait a fucking minute. OMG. Y'all let me know if those dates resonate with you. And if they don't already, they might here in the near future. Because wow. Wow. I feel like that is like a super, super, super confirmation. I literally did say August 1st in the freaking reading when I saw the Leo card and the Ace of Wands. Whoa. I'm grateful, y'all. Sometimes I ain't gonna lie, like as far as getting freaked out during my readings, I'm always freaked out. I'm gonna say I'm always tripped out, freaked out, geeked out when it comes to these readings. But it never not surprises me how God speaks and channels through me. Okay, and I'm forever grateful when it happens, and I don't take it lightly at all. You know, I distance myself from people just so I can make sure that I get a clear channeling from God. Because when you have too many people in your ear, it's hard to hear God's voice. So people might be like, "Well, why are you so distant and this and this and that, baby?" I'm listening to God right now. Leave a message. Leave a goddamn old message. I'm listening to God. Because what are you even talking about? What are you even got to talk to me about? Okay. But anyways, that's just, maybe somebody needs to hear that. Let's continue. Do I feel bad? No, I don't feel bad. I do have compassion for people who want to talk to me, and I don't talk to them because I could feel people's energy when they want to talk to me and I'm not talking to them. And I guess, sometimes I'll check in like, hey, how you doing? I just, I've been chilling. Someone told me to check on you, so I check on motherfucker. You know what I mean? Um, type shit. But I don't feel bad. I have compassion. You know what I'm saying? But I have to keep my boundaries because how else I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing? That's the whole reason I'm able to do what I'm doing. Okay. Um, so it says loved by many. Loved by many. Yeah, some of you are about to realize that you actually are loved by many. So there's a lot of people that appreciate you. Okay. A lot of people who appreciate you more now than they ever did before when they was actually in your face. They didn't appreciate you when you was physically present, but they appreciate you now. They have recognized which position you played in their life, and they know that they didn't treat you right. That's probably why they feeling how they feeling. Like, I know I didn't treat that person as best as I could have treated them. I know I fucked up. I know they'll probably never speak to me again. And they could even be praying to God, like, God, if you give me one more conversation with this person, I won't fuck it up. Mmm. Dang. Dang. That's big. That's big energy. That's big energy. Let's continue. What does a collective need to be aware of? Regarding love and romance for the present and near future. Thank you. Okay. Somebody is never satisfied. A gift giver. Clickbait. Affecting your metabolism. Ain't talking about nothing. And then we have interdependent. Now let's take it. Let's go. Yeah. Somebody is never satisfied. Even if you give them your attention, somebody even look, and the thing is, you know this. I'm also getting that you know somebody's deep dark secrets, and maybe they know that you know, but even though y'all haven't actually discussed them, they know that you know the dark side of them. They know that you know the dark side of them. They know that the dark side of them or whatever is the reason why you won't fuck with them the long way. Okay. Someone is never satisfied. So even if you lend your ear, that's not enough for them. And that goes back to what I was saying about somebody needing to have an ace in their pocket so they can hurt you because they're hurting. Okay. Let's talk about affecting your metabolism. When you get around this person, you either are always hungry or you are stuffing your face like never before. Probably because you always hungry. Why? Because you want to know why that happens? Because they're draining you of your essence. They're draining you of um your energy, your divine energy. And so then you have to go into you feel like you need to store up a physical energy. And so you just start eating. You know what they talk about? They say, oh, happy weight. Nah, motherfuckers is siphoning energy as much as the person might look like they're happy. Because when you really in a happy relationship, you get fit. You get physically fit. Not saying that um, you are going to gain all this weight, but saying that you are going to want to get fit. You should look better. You should be in better shape. You shouldn't get all out of shape. It doesn't make any sense if you're in a healthy relationship. I don't know where y'all got this whole happy weight shit from, but baby, that's some bullshit. Okay? No cap, that's some fucking bullshit. Um, you get into a relationship, you're gonna be in better shape than you were going into that motherfucker. Okay. And another thing, some of y'all might feel drained and you know that uh you have a tendency to gain weight. So you'll just stop eating because you don't want to gain the weight. And then you'll end up looking like a toothpick. And if somebody just breathe on you the wrong way, you might fall into a crack in the floor. That's not good either. So remember that. Gift giver. Somebody is using the I was about to say the gift of gab. Well, maybe they tell you sweet nothings and things like that. But somebody does want to give to you. They feel like maybe if they do this and they do that and they take you on a shopping trip or they take you to another to a little beach excursion or whatever the fuck, then maybe something is gonna click. Okay. And then I say click and look, we got clickbait. So somebody remember we were saying something about the internet or social media or something like that? Like they're sending you stuff. Why? They're sending you memes. They sending you little videos and shit, and you don't even really talk to this person. Clickbait, and then the shit be sexual shit. It's not informative. It's not funny. It's not something that you would look at just on your own time. It's clickbait. They just want to see if you're gonna click on their name and have some type of something with them. They want something with you. Why? Anyways, they ain't talking about nothing. It's right here. Ain't talking about nothing. Ain't talking about nothing. You ain't talking about nothing. They ain't talking about nothing. And then we have interdependent. This is who they know that you are. You're a person who you're not codependent, you're not dependent. Wait, you're not codependent, is what I'm trying to say. And yeah, you're interdependent. Meaning we work together. I got something that could benefit you, you got something that could benefit me, we work together. And I feel like if it's not interdependent, it ain't nothing. If there's no symbiosis, there's no conversation. Okay. That's it. That's all. And there's a chaser. Somebody's been chasing you. And I'm also getting they might have been chasing you through lifetimes or they've been chasing you in this lifetime. And I'm also getting it's not just a person, it's an entity. It's an entity that's chasing you through people. But the thing is, it's the thing, right? That you've already confronted it, you've already dealt with it, you already let God deal with it, and every time they come with the bullshit, God stops their ass. You get that feeling that says, something ain't right with this person, or da, 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 da. You realize it, you recognize it, and you put an end to it. But that they haven't come to a point of reckoning. So that is why they are still chasing. Let's see what else is behind it. Mature love. I feel like that's in the card for you. That is mature love is coming up for you. Nothing gets past this person. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You could be the person that nothing gets past. And I feel like there might have been somebody, I just felt chills too. There might have been somebody, hey Dondi, that tried you, but nothing is gonna get past you, love. And if you're the person that's trying to get one over on somebody else, it ain't happening. You might as well hang that up. Hang it up, partner. Nothing gets past them. Or nothing gets past you with whoever, whatever shoe you want to wear. Okay. It says be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself. Somebody wants to make up. Y'all was broken up, now they want to make up. Somebody is a major distraction. Okay, high maintenance. Somebody views you as a high maintenance person. Catfish. I'm also getting that this person makes other accounts to try to talk to you, to try to sneak and talk to you. But you always, for some reason, you always realize who the fake account is, even if you don't realize who the fake account is. Something just tells you to block somebody or something like that, and you like, something ain't right about that particular account, and you end up blocking their ass or kicking them out your live stream or whatever it is, or muting the conversation or something like that. It's like you always figure it out type shit. Hidden fetishes, yeah. They got some, exactly what they want. This is somebody who doesn't want any kids. Okay, and you access is denied. Is denied. I'm also getting somebody would even plan to run into you. That's how deep it would go. They would plan to even run into you on some fluke shit. Yeah, social butterfly. This is somebody who would like, let's say you posted an event or something on your Instagram and it's like just said let's say you're not even gonna be at the event, but let's say you posted the event just in support of somebody else. This is somebody who would literally plan to go to the event just to try to run into you and try to act like, oh, hey, oh, funny meeting you here. Oh, type. What the fuck, bitch? Oh, no. Hell no. Yeah, don't be easily distracted. They trying to be all nonchalant about it. Somebody who gets comfortable a little bit too fast. Like, why are you so comfortable? Yeah, they trying to meet the family. Yeah, somebody getting comfortable a little bit too fast. Yeah, they getting comfortable too fast. They want to meet the family and shit. It's not you, it's them. It's not you, love. It's them. I feel like, to be honest, yeah, somebody needs to move on. Somebody needs to move on. I feel like you need to enjoy yourself no matter what's going on. And when it comes to the point where you need to put the brakes on the motherfucker, go on and do what you gotta do. Okay. And even when you got to put brakes on people, you got to enjoy that aspect too. It's not supposed to be a sad thing. You should be happy to put the brakes on a motherfucker. You should be happy. Okay. So enough about that. Let's go into the finances. Let's go into the finances. That's wild, y'all. I'm so grateful to God. I really am. I feel like somebody wants to ask me if I believe God is a woman or a man. I believe God is God. Um, Woman and man. Not on no hermaphrodite shit. Okay, not on having a earthly body type shit. Okay. So I try not to say, oh, he as in God or she as in God. Okay, God is God. All right. But let's get to the finances. Hey, Dondi. I do feel like there's a lot of money involved in something here. I'm also getting that somebody may feel like they're getting away with something because they got a lot of money. But I'm also getting that somebody's gonna have to pay a big, 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 big price for even trying you in any type of way. And I feel like it's a physical price. We're gonna get a couple more shuffles on this. Let's see. So it says unexpected income. So just know that you're about to receive. Okay. Oh wow, that's a lot of cards. But the card that flipped over face up was charity. So somebody's giving you something that you don't have to pay back. Now, I see love money came out, gambling money came out, not enough money came out. Somebody might have got fired. We have 15,000 to 50,000. Contact the bank. I'm also getting over 100,000 and withdrawals. So, um, maybe you go to the bank or somebody goes to the bank and they want to take out a lump sum of money, but they can't because, maybe they have to go through some type of paperwork or maybe something is on hold or there's something possibly pending. Um, these are the cards that fell out. I might put them back in just because of how they fell out, okay? But I do feel like they are significant. Um, Somebody could be trying to take out money that they did. Like, let's say a company got money for charity, but somebody is not using it correctly. Okay. Um, I also getting that somebody's going to have a big win. You're going to get, maybe you didn't have enough money and now uh, you're winning a lot of money. We had not enough money come out. We have you're fired. But I feel like if that was from sales, like let's say you had a sales job and you wasn't making enough sales, I feel like that's the reason why you would be fired. Okay. There is a lot of money involved here. We have contact the bank and over 100K. So you could be trying to like take out 15K to 50K of something, and maybe you have a certain amount in the bank. Like I know I got 100K in it. I know I could take out 50K in this motherfucker. So, um, I don't know. You need to contact. Obviously you're gonna have to contact the bank. I'm also getting that somebody is making a love offering. Okay, somebody like, look, maybe they're just doing this on the strength of who you are. Okay, like damn, you dope. You hot shit. They want to donate to the cause. They feel like you deserve it. And like I said, maybe this is somebody who knows that they fucked up and they like, if I would give anybody, if they could give any one of their exes, imagine if you can give any one of your exes some money to help them out in life just off of the strength of who they were to you, who would it be? Who would it be? And how much would you give them? If you could give them any amount, how much would you give them? So it's definitely giving that energy. But let's get a little bit more specific. Like I said, a lot of cards came out. We'll get like a couple, I guess. That was for somebody, not everybody. Okay. These are the cards that came out. We have government money and we have under 15K. Let's see. Is there anything else? Contact the bank and over 100K. So what did it say? Under 15K and then over 100K. So take it as it resonates. Government money, somebody could be getting a check, whether it be IRS, like some type of return or something like that, or just some type of money from the government. Um, you got contact the bank. I feel like something is more than what it's supposed to be. So let's say you was expecting, 15 grand, and then shit, maybe they put 100 grand in that bit. Maybe they put 100 in that motherfucker. Like, you was expecting under 15K and you got over 100K. I feel like something is going in your favor, beloved. Let me just put it that way. Something is going in your favor. So, what they say, contact the bank. See what it's talking about. Okay. I'm gonna leave it there, you guys. It's regarding money. But again, we got August 1st, August 8th, August 16th. Okay. Make sure y'all rewind the video. The best part of this reading is the whole thing. So if you have time on your drive to work, when you just kind of clean up the house or anything like that, take a listen. Take a listen to it. Hi, Marky. How you doing? Thank you. And if you ever want to send a donation to the channel so we can keep doing what we're doing on this side, so we can keep the website open, so we can keep providing you materials and goods and services, um, high vibrations, you can always send that to AI88AI. If you would like to get a reading, you would like to book a reading, I do have specials for the Eclipse reading and also the Lionsgate reading. Okay, the Eclipse is on September 1st, 2025. The Lionsgate is between these dates right here, August 1st, 8th, 16th, that we'll see this alignment. And I don't do readings based on zodiac. Sometimes I throw some zodiac readings out there, but you don't need to give me your zodiac. You don't need to give me your birthday. You don't even need to give me your real name. Okay? I don't know where people get that shit from, but I'm not here to talk about them people. I'm here to tell you what I do. So if you would like an individual reading, I could provide that to you. Or you can just catch me when I do the free collective readings, because I do them every so often. Shout out to my son who sponsored this reading for y'all, because I would not have done this reading if it wasn't for him telling me to go ahead and do this reading for y'all. So shout out to my son. Okay. I do a lot of different readings. If you want to know something specific, if you want to know something in general, it depends on the topic, or you don't need to have a topic. Yeah, I do ancestral readings. I do past, present, future. I do present and near future. I do love readings, financial readings. I I do guided meditations, chakra healing, um, whatever is necessary for your highest good. That's what I operate in doing. You can make a contribution. I can do mini readings. A mini reading consists of just like a couple cards, maybe some charms. I do basic readings, which would be a little bit more general. I do detailed readings where we just gonna get all the details, as many details as we can get. Okay, mostly within an hour span. Uh, It's just how far you want to go. The only thing I need is a contribution that lets me know that, you are welcoming to do your reading. I do have rates. I usually do $25 mini readings, $50 basic readings, 100 detailed readings, and then 150 for the very extensive. You know what I'm saying? So 25 to 150. And then like I'll do like maybe I'll do a couple cards for 10, or I'll do like a charm reading for like $10. Um, I always give more than what the person is asking for, because I know how it is when you are, investing in something and you're trying to get information. So either reading that you get, it depends. It depends. I do different, as far as uh, that is concerned, it depends. That has a whole nother price range. That's what you know what I'm saying? That's what you're looking for. So yeah.